Let me meditate, I'ma fly away. Teleport into another world where I can clear my head, refill my energy. Just to choose by where I like to be. Where mentally I'm free and spiritually my guides are always watching over me. So I will be just fine and I will be okay. I swear I love the space I'm in the energy I keep. No, don't you ever try. We gon' have to go a couple rounds. So I thought I'd let you know. Bag up, blow for blow. I want all the smoke and that's no cap. Let me meditate, I'ma fly away. Teleport into another world where I can clear my head.
Welcome to another Spit Don't Swallow. Tonight is our flood fantasy episode where we'll open up a topic that everybody is curious about, but they're not grown enough to actually follow the rules. So tonight we have a couple that will explain, shut up, the correct way and what it is to be in a relationship. Why you got a smile on your face?
Because you're talking to my friend in the background like that. Like, you don't talk to my friend like that.
Listen, your friend needs to shut up.
My friend, he just through saying hello. Don't talk to my friend like that. That's a disclaimer. We do not disrespect our co-hosts.
Listen, I'm going to ship him to your house. So I would like to welcome Jenny and Mr. Cole to Spit Don't Swallow.
How y'all doing?
How you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good.
Don't get shy. Get comfortable. If you're drinking, drink up. It's a relaxed show. It's Spit Don't Swallow.
Okay.
So tonight's topic is a good one. So I wanted to bring someone who explained it to me. I wanted to have a couple that are old school to bring out this topic, to keep it blood raw and real, and to educate us of what, when, how, and how it actually works. So tonight's topic, and excuse me if I pronounce it incorrectly, is polyamory. It's how you get into it. It's what it details. Most people think it's sexual. In most cases, it's not. It's a lot deeper. There's more in between that a lot of people don't see. So we're gonna let them explain who they are and what they would like to disclose, and we will go from there to keep it comfortable.
Okay.
So whoever would like to start, go ahead.
Okay, well, when I first met Colson, I actually wanted to come out, and bisexually, I liked women. I couldn't do it with my other relationships. So when I first met him, my first question to him was, I like girls. Is that a problem with you? And he was like, nah, it's, he's cool with it. So that kind of opened it up a little bit, opened the door a little bit for me in order to be able to explore other women. And I also wanted to play around a little bit, with the little threesomes and stuff like that. So that's how we kind of started doing that. It was actually my idea for us to start all this stuff going on. So
Okay.
Yeah.
anything you want to say?
How y'all doing? My name is Cole. Um, yeah, basically, like my wife said, like Jeannie said, um, we didn't start off, trying to be poly um, from the beginning. Um, um, as she said to you before, she wanted to come out and explore her sexuality with women because she's bi, and she never had that opportunity to do so. Because truth be told, a lot of men can't handle that. You
True.
know, pride. When a lot of men can't handle that when it comes to their pride, when it comes to their insecurity, and when it comes to just and when it comes to their loyalty, I guess you could say. Um, so she could never venture out and explore her sexuality until she and I met. And like she said, when she met me, she was like, "Hey, we was talking, and she was like, 'Let me ask you a question.' I'm like, 'What's up?' She was like, 'Listen, I like girls. You got a problem with that?' I mean, like straight out, you know what I mean? So I was like,
Hey.
hey, so in my mind, I'm like, okay, yeah, shit. I guess that means we got something in common because I like girls too.
So
So
let me ask you from a woman's point of view, because one, we tend to be more secretive of our fantasies, closed-minded. How do you search, or who searches for that particular person?
you want me to answer or you?
Well, in our situation, yes, I wanted to come out. I didn't know how. Um, I'm shy. I'm a shy person, especially when it comes to meeting new people and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And it just made it easier for him to, start up the conversation with the other woman.
Yeah. So sorry,
No, go
I
ahead.
cut you off. Yeah,
No.
and to piggyback what she was saying, um, I'm a little bit more outspoken. I'm more of a I'm a people person, but not a people person.
Hmm.
If that makes any sense. So I can start conversations with people and yeah. So I was pretty much the one who, and I wouldn't even say that I went searching for people. It was just that 9 times out of 10, it was someone who was like either if we met them on social media, it was in my inbox, and we started chatting from there, and then I introduced them to the wife, or I met them somewhere out in the street, somewhere at work, and not at work, but during work,
Hmm.
and I'd introduce them to my wife, and if the vibe was all right, if the chemistry and the vibe was all right, then we would proceed with whatever it is we were trying to do. But um, yeah, that's pretty much. I wouldn't say it was left. The searching was left to one person to do. I get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it, because it has to be something that she's attracted to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Um, but I would want to know is, if you're in a relationship or you're married, how do one start it where it's open, it's understanding, and it's accepting?
Do you want to answer it, or you want me to?
You can start.
Uh, First, it has to be in that person's mind. I get approached by a lot of men, and that knows our me being poly, and they know of our relationship with our girlfriend. And that they ask me, man, how do you get your wife to do this? How you get? And I tell them, I don't get my wife to do anything if it's not in her mind and her heart to want to do it, then I wouldn't be poly at all. You know what I mean? So it's not something that I tell people, listen, if it's not in her mind, if she's not having a conversation with you, or if she's not bringing hints to you about it, then it's probably not a good idea for you to bring it up.
It can be in a woman's mind, but again, if she's shy,
well, yeah.
How do you bring that conversation about? How do you have that conversation?
I think it's.
Wait, you mean a conversation between me and him?
No,
like, because he was saying that the woman can say something. Sometimes we don't know how to go to that man and say, this is what we want to do. Is like, how do you have that conversation? How do you break? Because if she's shy, she's not really going to say anything. She may throw hints, but it's not going to be out there.
True.
So it's like, how do you know, or can you even have that conversation where it can be blood raw and just a hypothetical conversation between any male or any female?
You answer it.
Right.
I think if it's someone who's shy about it, or doesn't know how to come about bringing it up in words, then you have a lot of different social media outlets that you can bring up, like YouTube. There are a lot of topics on YouTube about poly. About how to, how poly was started, why poly was started, and how it gives you different relationship examples. You know, and it gives you all the different dynamics of poly. So I believe if you're shy, if you're too shy to bring it up in communication with your own words, then have sit down in your living room, while you're eating dinner or whatever, and turn on YouTube and put that video on and just see where their mindset is when they're watching it. See, how they react to what they're watching. If it's in a positive way, then you'll feel a little bit more comfortable bringing it up. But if it's in a negative tone, then I think that it'd probably be something that you might want to back away from.
And I know you two are old school. So if you could tell somebody or explain to them what it is that your version of polyamory is, what would you tell them? Or how would you explain it to them?
Well, well, our dynamic is female, male, female. We have another girlfriend. Um, and I explained to them when they asked about it. I just explained to them because the first thing that the first thing that goes to a person's mind when we tell them about our lifestyle and our our relationship, the first thing they talk about is sex. Everybody wants to talk about sex, you know, and just like with any regular mono relationship, sex is important in a relationship, but that's not what it's always all about. Yeah, in the beginning of the relationship, you have that new relationship love, that new relationship lust. So yeah, you kind of lust for each other a little bit, but as it go down further down, because we're 3 years into dating our girlfriend, you know what I mean? So we've gotten beyond the sex and the lust part. We're to the point where we start traveling, going to different places. We're thinking about marriage. We're thinking about buying a house together. We're thinking about going the whole 9 yards. So I just try to tell them that it's a real relationship. It's just like any other relationship, and it's not all about sex.
No, it's not. Would you say how do you make it work for everybody and everybody to sit on that same level?
That's hard. That's real hard. Um, for me, I just have to keep telling myself. At times, the monogamous side of me come out. You know, a little jealousy here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realize that I love him and I love her. So I have to, make up my mind. Do I want to be monogamous, or, is this something that I really want? So a lot of times, not that much anymore since we're already 3 years in. But at first, I used to have to keep telling myself, you know, over and over and over again, okay, this is what, this is what you wanted. You got to work this out. This jealousy thing should not be there, for one. I already know who he is. I know who she is. I know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's it's work. It's work. I'm still working on myself with it. Um, it is something that I want. So it's not like I'm trying to force myself to do anything that I don't want to do. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy. You have to have a very open mind and communication. Communication, without it, it's not gonna work.
Okay.
And,
Makes sense.
can I just add to what she was
Go
saying?
ahead. Sure.
Um, when it comes to we're human, so when it comes to our emotions are going to show. It's all about how we work through them. Um, when it comes to put the work in our relationship, it's just like any other work that you would put in any other relationship in your life. Whether it's in that you always have to put in the work. And one thing that you always hear in when you talk about poly is you always hear the word hierarchy, where you know um, women always say, well, I want to be just like how she is. I want to be at her level. And reality, in reality, in a perfect world, yes, but in
But
reality, that's
no,
just like saying if I did 10 years on my job and somebody just came in, that they could get the same pay and the same benefits that I put in for the 10 years that I've been there. And
it's
that's
not
not to
right.
say, you get what I'm saying? And it's not to say that our girlfriend does not get the same kind of financially. If she needs my assistance, she got it. If she needs me there to be with her, she got it. If she needs her, she got it. So the only thing that we can say that she has over our girlfriend is that she's my wife. She's married. She's got the ring already.
And
And of course
the bond is deeper.
exactly. And we've put in more years than what we have with her. But
Mm-hmm.
the love is still there, and we don't treat her as if she's a toy, or you if, for example, if we go out, we don't we always you'll see us all three together. But it'll be times when I'll spend a week in Jersey or a weekend in Jersey, or she'll fly to Jersey and she'll spend the weekend in Jersey, or Babe will come down to Miami and she'll come, so we have our solo times with her, and we'll have our group time with her when we spend our time with her, or when
The
she
whole,
spends.
yeah,
Yeah, so
correct. The whole goal is to each of you build a relationship. That
yeah,
way you all can unite as one.
yeah, because if in the poly relation, in our dynamic, it's actually four relationships in one, because you have my relationship with my wife, me and my
Okay.
wife, and then you have the relationship with me and my girlfriend, and then the
Mhm.
relationship with her and her girlfriend, which is my girlfriend as well, and then the relationship that we all have together. And all four of those relationships need the room and the time for them to grow,
And
and
breathe.
grow together. Exactly. So you need that time, and that time to bond with each other. When you want that solo time with each other, we don't always have to be with each other as a group.
So let me ask you, because I know you all been married for some years.
Yeah.
And I know to be married for some years, regardless of the side girlfriend, you two, when the times get rough, how do you work that out?
When times get hard between me and him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like when there's ups and because every relationship has its ups and downs.
We I mean, we fuss, we yell, shit get thrown sometimes, but we talk. We talk it through. Hey, it is what it is. Shit.
Yeah, it get thrown.
Shit get thrown
You
around, get
you
cussed out.
throwing shit, huh? It's you throwing shit.
It's all about in with every relationship, whether it's friendship, business, romantic, communication is always the key when there's a disagreement.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, you can scream and shout at each other all day long, but two people yelling at each other don't hear shit, don't hear nothing.
No.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to give that other person some time and space to cool down, and go to your corner. She'll go to her corner. I'll go to my corner. And once we get to that point of where we're level headed and we'll calm down and we'll talk it out. We've been married for 7 years, but we've been together for 17. So yeah, we've had our moments, you know what I mean? But again, it's the work that you put in. Um, Today's generation, I hear a lot of people always looking for that perfect relationship, which is a fairy tale. You know what I mean? If you have a perfect relationship and y'all don't fuss or have any disagreements, you got a problem. Trust
Yeah,
me.
and if you think the grass is greener on the other side, you dead ass wrong.
Sure.
Yeah, you are. You are. So
Because it's never greener nowhere else. It might just be a little issue, but eventually it's gonna be a different issue.
yeah, yeah. But it's all about communication. It's all about communication and talking things out, giving each other space, to calm down and then getting back to whatever the issue was and talking it out. That's it.
I know it's hard to find that right person to connect to. What are the correct way if you're gonna go into poly? What would be your suggestion as a good way to start and how to find that connection?
First, you have to make sure that one is not doing it just to satisfy the other partner. This is a dual agreement. Have your boundaries already taught out, agreed on, and trust. Yeah. I think that's about it.
And I mean,
That
if you're,
last one is a hard one.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said that last one is a hard one.
Yeah.
Well, for one, if you don't have trust in your partner, you shouldn't even be trying to add another person, because
True.
that ain't nothing but trouble.
One thing that it's a saying that that's in the poly community. If you have issues in your relationship and you're trying to add someone into that relationship, that third person is going to expose all your problems.
Mm-hmm.
All your problems are going to be exposed once you add that third person. And that's the one thing that our girlfriend Jahari, when she speaks about us and she says, the one thing that she loves is that when she came into our relationship, when he came into our lives, she came into something that into a relationship that had a solid foundation. She didn't
Peace.
feel like she had to be a referee. She didn't feel like that she was here to spice up anything. She didn't feel like that she was here she was just here just to add more to us and add to what we already had.
Makes sense, and that's a peaceful feeling.
Yeah, yeah. It
It
makes it
makes
more
it
comfortable for that
easier.
person to come in. It makes it way more comfortable for another person to come in when you have a solid foundation and they don't feel like they have to tiptoe around each person.
True. So let me ask you this. What would you say is the difference between how you learned what it was and how the new generation see how it is?
Wait, could you repeat that question again?
You know, with poly, you're more old school,
Mm-hmm.
and the rules are totally different then how they are now. How would you compare the difference between now and then
You.
I think
with
that
the
now
new?
it's more of a like a swingers type thing. Nobody's serious, everybody's all talk about what they want, what they trying to find, but then once they get into it, they're either trying to be like trying to get all the benefits that the main chick has or the main dude has and trying to start stuff up, and keep drama up. And we're just not like that. The minute we see any type of drama coming up or whatever, we sit down and we have a conversation on it, see if we both see it and we agree on it, and we let it go.
Yeah, and I you done.
Yeah, go ahead.
And also to answer your question, I think old school poly was a lot more. I think it was serious, a lot serious. It was serious and undercover. Um, Back in the days when we had those, you know, um, daddy, your mom would tell you that was your auntie, but she was not even a blood relative of hers, and we knew nothing about it. No,
Yeah,
not knowing that that was dad's other chick. You know what I mean?
that was
So
auntie spent the night.
you
Exactly.
get what I'm saying? Um, but I think back old school poly was more about community. It was more about community and growth of community. I think this new generation of poly, I think it's a lot of people who's just taking advantage of the lifestyle. Um, and a lot of those people are really just serial daters. You
Yep.
know, like it's like going into it's like going into a buffet and you know that everybody's you're open to anything that's on that buffet and no one's going to say nothing about you touching anything on that buffet because that's the rules, that's what about. So
Yeah.
you get a lot of people who tend to take advantage of the lifestyle, and those people are really not poly, they're just serial daters.
Yeah.
So
Money, you
I
have any questions?
Oh, you want me to talk now? Oh, okay. You were doing good. You was on the road today. I'm just letting you do your thing. I'm just letting you do your thing. I mean, I'm just listening so I could go
Mm-mm.
ahead and refresh my refresher course. Because
Go
for
ahead and
people
jump in.
know about this adult stuff, I be trying to tell them, but they don't be wanting to listen to little old me about this subject. But for y'all, like uh just to speak on what y'all was stating, y'all been together, been married 7 years, been together 17. Y'all been with y'all significant other for 3. How do y'all keep the unit at a positive aspect with all that is going on? Because I know the ladies have their special relationship with each other. The young lady with your husband, she has her certain connection. Then y'all have y'all triangle relationship. How do y'all keep all of that positive. Besides with communication, I know communication is one of the main keys, but how do your family dynamic keep the growth and the evolving in your relationship?
As for when you say our family dynamic, you mean like our family?
Yes, y'all family. Y'all do. Because you know, when other people see it, it's just like, oh, it's just y'all just
Yeah,
people just have fun, and it's just like, no, it's bigger than that. Like it's a real. I tell them it's a unity.
yeah,
Like it's a real family dynamic. Like you have, it's bigger than just the intimacy and stuff. I tell a lot of people it's a resource too. It
it
is a
is.
whole family.
It is. I mean,
It is.
we even, we even have a savings account together where, every pay week, we all put money into that savings account, and our girlfriend, she has, the information to the, but yeah, we're serious about this. It's not nothing where it's, this is something that we're trying out, and no, this is something that we're really serious about. So just like how our monogamous relationship thrive is how we want our poly relationship to thrive with our girlfriend. And our family members, our family loves her. Our kids know her. Our kids love her. My sisters, my older sisters, they love her. Her mom, her family knows about us and they love us. Yeah,
And that's the good thing about it, because everybody is accepted for who they are.
yeah.
But
And and
go ahead.
and for those who can't accept it, I understand that because it's not for everybody to accept.
True, and it's not for everybody.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So I don't try to force feed nobody my lifestyle. If you like it, you like it. You don't, okay, kudos.
But I want to know, how does it benefit? What are the other benefits um that it brings to have three people?
You want to?
Well, right now, by her being long distance, it's not like she's here with us all the time.
Hmm.
Um, Again, like he said, he'll travel, I travel, she travels. So we haven't, I think the longest has been what, a week or a week and a half?
Yeah.
About a week and a half to 2 weeks has been the longest that we've actually been under the same roof together, living regular, us, me and him getting up, going to work, her staying here. When we get home, she's here, whatever. Um, it's been only like a weeks at a time whenever we do that. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
kind of it's kind of hard to say. But we
It's
do keep open communication on a daily basis with her.
like tonight was our movie night.
Right. Tonight was
Mhm.
actually our movie night, but we told her we were going to do the podcast. But we
Oh,
have night
sorry.
at once a week.
Hmm.
Um, we speak every day.
Every day.
Every day
We
when
have
I'm
a
in
group chat that we're in,
yeah,
and yeah, every day we talk.
lunchtime, she's at work, he's at work, I'm at work. But whoever goes to lunch first, which is me, I just go ahead and I hit that button. Everybody pick up and everybody have lunch together. Um, we have date nights where we'll go to a restaurant and she'll go to that same restaurant and we'll FaceTime and we'll all eat dinner. We do stuff like that. So we try to keep, you know,
Yeah, even though we're not here in the same area with each other, we try to do things to where it feels like we're right there with each other,
right.
Yeah,
you know.
and,
But
and
we
that
don't,
it's the effort. That's all that matters. The effort is being done.
yeah, and we don't go when it comes to us seeing each other, and we try not to go no longer than two months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like every 2 months we're either she's here or we over there.
but it also give you a reason to take some time off.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. It doesn't. Well, there are. I'm pretty sure there are some downfalls, but like I say, everybody has them. But
Don't get back on that phone.
how do you know that person is the one?
That's a good question. I mean,
We
it's go ahead, my bad, go ahead.
okay. Um,
Yeah,
it's
they was getting sick on that one.
okay. I'm not gonna say that it's been easy. Um,
Yeah, we've had our
our time. We've had our time with
share. Oh my God.
yeah, with either her doing something or me doing something or him doing something. So, you know, we've had our little, like, okay, this shit ain't gonna work type thing, and then have to, okay, let's group up and let's talk about this. Let's see how we're gonna take care of it. So yeah, we've had a few little hiccups.
Yeah, our journey wasn't easy.
No,
it wasn't easy.
But she's still there. So
no, I mean,
so far,
even before we met her, it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
because we were basically like, even though we were a couple and we're married, we were in the dating scene, and everyone who we were meeting, unfortunately, it was either drama based or some form of jealousy with that person, because and the crazy thing is, you can tell somebody like, listen, I'm Polly, my wife is Polly. I want to introduce you to my wife. And in the beginning, they're like, okay, all right, cool, let's see how this thing goes. And then once they see that the shit is serious, then they get cold feet, and they're like, you know what? Or they'll get to talking in my ear. They'd be like, listen, I'm feeling you, and I don't think she likes me, and I'm like, no, this is you. We've gone through this before. Trust me, so yeah, we've had our ups and downs, but with the grace of God, we ran into Jahari, and she's been a blessing to us. We love her. Um, when we found out, and the crazy thing is, to answer the other part of your question, how do we know it was love? Um, when we said the I love yous, we kind of said it to each other at the same time. Yeah, she was, because we were talking about it. He was like, you know what? Me and my wife, we talked about it amongst ourselves first, because I always tell her how I feel, and I was telling her, I really like her, I love this girl, I think I'm falling in love with her, I think about her a lot, and my wife was like, you know what? I feel the same way. I think it, so I'm like, you sure? She was like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm like, okay, because I'm sure. So when we spoke to Jahari, our girlfriend, and she brought it up before we could bring it up. And we was like, oh, what a coincidence. We was talking about the same thing. And, we just so happened to tell each other that we love each other at the same time on the same day. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So which one of y'all get double teamed the most?
Why you ask that question? Because I was sure finna ask who plays Dr. Phil. I was gonna ask that, who is Dr. Phil?
There's a difference. I said who get double teamed. I ain't asked who has to solve all the issues.
Who gets double teamed?
Well,
that sound like Cole back there.
I mean,
like he gets double teamed a lot.
Because Tanya, his mouth. So sometimes, yeah. So, but it depends. But it don't happen often.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we are intimate with each other, Um, I mean, we don't go in there with a plan all the time. Like, okay, this is a plan. You know, we're gonna double team. You know,
I don't think. Were you talking sexual?
No.
Sure.
I listen though. I listen.
I
Keep it
listen, no.
going. Keep it going. I'ma listen though. We don't have game plan. We just go in. I get you, my boy. I get you. I feel you on that, my boy. That's my move. I'll be on the same boat.
all right, reset the mind, reset the brain. Okay, we make it a rule. We make it a rule to if we have an argument or a disagreement with one each other, we can't. There's no double teaming nobody. There's no double teaming nobody. We make that a rule. If let's say for example, if they have an issue with me, then one of them will come up and tell me, listen, you know, if it's my wife or if it's our girlfriend Jahari, if it's my girlfriend, you know, whichever one they choose to listen, Cole, you know, I didn't like the way if I said something, listen, I don't like the way what you said, blah, blah, blah. And once it's said by one person, it doesn't have to be said by the second person because it's already done. You know, so we make it a rule for us not to double team anybody in a disagreement or argument. And if the ladies are having a disagreement, you know, about something, I don't jump in it at all. You know, I let them handle it. If only time I jump in it is if they ask for my opinion, and the same goes for them, vice versa.
Good job. Cause I don't get in those fights. I don't. I follow.
No,
No, that's it. Then you jump later on. You're gonna get jumped later on. That's why
exactly. I don't want that double team.
no, don't want that. You want the other double team, but you just don't want that team right there.
You seen where he went at.
Hey, I was there with him. I was like, bro, do y'all do sneak attacks? Like, do you pot on your one? Like, I know we ain't seen our girl in a minute. Are we who finna bang her up first? That's me. That's my
I was
vote.
just listening. All I heard was I don't think she was talking about that.
Yeah. It's too late. We was already 30 seconds in. We was ready like ready for that. I was agreeing with him. I was like, nigga, we don't know how to fight on. We just, you know, we do got to act it though war with strong. Do it like now, but oh shoot, we ain't talking about that. No, sorry.
Do y'all split the holidays in each spot?
You mean as far as going to her and her coming here?
Yeah.
Yeah. We try our best. Yeah. Like this year, she surprised us Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
She popped up. Yeah, she popped up. We didn't even know. And the crazy thing is we were gonna surprise her because my birthday is the following week after Valentine's, and we were planning on going up there, you know. But
she told us that she had some type of training or something and
for work and class. So yeah.
So we were like, fine, but it's because she was coming down here, so she ain't want us to go up there.
I don't blame her. That was sweet.
But yeah, she spent Thanksgiving. She spent Thanksgiving with my family. She with our family. Mm-hmm. We're planning on this year. We're planning on going up there for Thanksgiving, right? We rotate holidays.
Yeah, we rotate.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Out of the three of you, who does the most surprises?
She does.
She does.
That's cute. Who needs to step up their game?
I'd say I do. Reason why, I guess you could say we're both girlies. And I have a tendency of wanting that chase, but at the same time, she's wanting the chase. So we kind of bump ups when it comes to that. Yeah.
Acknowledgement. but it's some you know and some you're working on.
Yes.
Any other questions, Monty?
No, I mean they up here on the road right now. When they were talking about they trials and tribulations and everything before they met they main lady, it sound like y'all dealt with some rude unicorns. That's what them things right there is ruthless.
We've dealt with you know what the funny thing is, the ones that we've dealt with in our exes in the past, with the exception of maybe two or three, but a lot of them were alcoholics.
Ah,
Like,
okay.
I mean, I have a full bar. We're not drinkers, that so I have a full bar, and we used to have this. Our ex girlfriend before we started dating Jahari, she would come to the house and she'd clear 2 bottles a day.
Oh, she would have
Sheesh.
been out the door on the first one.
No,
Yeah,
she would have been out the door with the problem.
yeah. And then before her, this this chick that we were talking to, I met her while I was working. Um, she came the first night she came to visit us at our house.
She was
She was
drunk.
drunk.
Hissy
Pissy
drunk.
drunk.
Had to put her in the tub to bring her back to life.
Oh, not
Yeah,
Ebony. They had to make her Ebony girl. They were Ebony. That was Ebony going over there with Ronnie them to the junior party. They wasn't ready.
she was
Yeah.
pissy drunk. I couldn't even let her leave my house because I was afraid that she'd get into an accident. So she slept on the couch, right on this couch where we're sitting on right now.
Yep.
Oh
You know,
wow.
the
That was the
contact.
first and the last, huh?
Yeah, this the first day this girl came to our house and she was twisted. Like, who does that?
That's what I was gonna ask. Did she explain herself, like why she was belligerent? Because first time jitters, the first, first thing they think when it's poly
Listen,
and first
I
meet,
ain't
they
even
think,
give it, I ain't even give it a chance to.
No,
How about
actually,
mm-mm.
She
actually,
didn't.
we came
She
over to the
really
house.
didn't.
We gave her the benefit of the doubt the first time, even though she came the way she came, and it turned out, like how you would think. Maybe she was nervous, or maybe so. The second time she came over, she was pissy drunk the second time, and she had her kids with her.
oh, so she was more than Ebony going to the junior's party. She was
She was
Ebony going
Jennifer.
to Baby house.
She was Jennifer on the block.
Yeah, so we ran into some characters. We
Yeah.
ran into a lot of characters. So at one point
No,
we was to the point where we was like, listen, we're gonna take a break on dating people because boy, this thing is getting scary.
that
But
was that is a shit pool right there. That right there, shit. I'm sorry, but whoever
yeah,
she is, and don't just be single. We're gonna just tell her to stay single and be cute.
Oh,
Just stay in her house. Don't come out the door.
Be a
and then you
mom.
kids with you at that. It was crazy.
yeah,
We
Oh
had to let
man.
her off while the kids watching TV, trying to wake her up. Mommy, I'm ready to go home.
yeah. That was
It was crazy.
That was crazy. So yeah,
Oh,
we've dated quite a few. Not dated, but met quite a few characters. So yeah.
Do you date?
Hmm?
How do you date if you want that lifestyle? Because the way that you're talking, if that's something I want to do, I'm done. You don't close the door for me.
I mean, you go through, like they say, the dating pool now is listen, I'm glad I'm not dating in this dating pool. It sounds like it's crazy. It
baby,
sounds
it is solid waste of authority out here, honey. This is this stuff
yeah,
is
yeah.
It's the
oh I
lack
need
of respect
I
that no
need
one has.
But and I would say in the next coming years, maybe 5-10 years from now, you're gonna see a whole lot of poly couples because
Yeah,
poly is becoming the new thing. Um,
true. But the thing about it is, you're gonna see some twisted poly relationships.
yeah, yeah.
That's the only difference. It's going to be some twisted because they don't know how. They're not trying to learn how.
But that's the thing. Me trying to tell somebody, okay, here's the rules of poly. You can't really say you set the
You set your
rules
rules and
and your
boundaries.
boundaries in your relationship.
Mhm.
Just like how you set the rules and boundaries in your personal relationships with your friends and your coworkers and your boyfriend or your girlfriend in a mono relationship is the same way you set the rules and boundaries in these type of relationship in a poly relationship. So I wouldn't say it's just the set rules. Okay, this is what you. It's whatever you discuss, whatever you agree on. Okay, this is the boundaries. This is what we do. This is what we can't do. And if that's what you discuss and everybody's agreement to that, then that's how you proceed. But I would not say that there's a specific rule or way for you to for your poly to go. It's all on how you see fit.
Yeah, it's a level of respect.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Of course.
But before we close out the show, is there anything or any advice you want to give out? Anybody? I know you all have to work, so we won't hold you.
Uh, Advice.
Don't try to force anybody into trying to do poly. It's not going to work. If both of you aren't already open-minded to do that, then don't force it because it's just drama.
Yeah, and I would tell people don't try to use the poly lifestyle as something to spice or to fix your relationship. Don't treat don't bring somebody into your relationship just to spice it or bring or to fix it if it's broken. Because number one, it's not fair to that person. It's not fair to them. And also, why would you bring somebody into some chaos if that's what you have? You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
You
Yeah,
gotta have a clean bag. Gotta have clean bags.
yeah. Have a healthy foundation. Be serious about what you're looking for. Um, if you want to be poly, have that serious discussion with your partners. Sometimes you might have to have hard conversations about emotions and stuff like that, but have those conversations. And you know, best wishes to anyone who wants to be poly because it's not easy. Trust me, it's not
No,
easy. Listen, I got two daughters I got a daughter in college and another one who's working and I got a wife and a girlfriend. Do you know how much time I use my Zelle? So it's not easy all the time, you know.
listen. We're gonna bring you all back when we do part two.
Okay,
Um,
and she
that
wants to be.
way,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
was gonna
reason.
say, bring her
That's the
on.
reason why we got to do a part two. We got to have her back, and then one of our co-hosts just got out of the hospital.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So when we do a part two, we will have you all back, all three of you. That way we can get a little bit more deeper. But I do want to thank you all for taking time out and giving us a opener to start the conversation of poly, to start the understanding of how it all plays down.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for inviting us.
Yes, thank you.
no,
Thank
thank you.
you.
So like I say, we'll let you know. We'll set a date and time for a part two. See when the girlfriend can come on. And then we'll have you all on.
Okay, cool.
Anything you want to say, Money?
Just tell her to make sure it's gonna be part of date night. So be cute. Get her little cognac, enjoy herself. It's a vibe. Nothing all dainty, demure. We're gonna have a good time though.
All
Okay,
right.
cool.
Well, thank you all for coming. This is the end of Spit Don't Swallow. Until Tuesday. Have a good night. Y'all be safe.
Good night.
Good night.